Hey y'all, it's Ginger. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have the brand new August collection from Madam Glam. This collection is called House of Nourish, and it is 4 beautiful cream shades and 4 shades with a unique formula. They're kind of like a speckly, almost, I don't know, they're very unique. And I believe we saw something similar to this from Madam Glam not too long ago, with a couple of shades. I think one of them was called Terezio. So I'm definitely gonna pull those. I'm gonna swatch these for you like I always do with 2 coats, and then we'll do our comparisons. So let me show you the names of the colors real quick, and then we'll get to swatching. So we have a beautiful gray. This one's called Visionary. I'll show you the creams first. This is a blue shade called 8 of Blue. Very dusty, almost like getting into those fall tones here. This one is called New Quest, and it's kind of like a really super soft minty green. Then we have a gorgeous purple, I love it, a nice muddy kind of purple called Divine Self. And then we have the fun speckled shades. So these are very similar to one another, so I'm very anxious to swatch them and see the differences. Once you get them on the swatch stick, you can tell a little bit better. So we have, this one looks a bit like the minty green. This one's called Aurora. And then we've got a darker green. This is beautiful. This is probably one of my favorites just by looking at the tops. This one is called Shining Star. Then this one looks to be a bit more bluey gray almost, and it is called Glimpse of Light. And last but not least, this is another kind of a green, almost an olive green, but very light, and it's called Set in Stone. So without further ado, let's get swatching. Okay, so we have all of our beautiful swatches, and you can really see the difference better on the swatch than you can when you're just trying to compare them from the lids. So it does help to have them on the swatch sticks. And these are the other two I was telling you about. So the purpler one is Agate, and the grayer toned one is Terezio. So these are a bit different in their formula. They're a bit more speckly. They do have a shimmer to it. There's a slight, very fine glitter throughout. They're really pretty. And these ones, the newer ones, have more of a gold flake throughout with a bit of the speckles, but they're not as concentrated. So you get more of the creamy background color and less of the just straight up speckly color. So I just wanted to grab those and show you to compare in case you had them and you were wondering. So there's really not much to compare those to. Of course, you've got your gold flake top coat, which is really pretty. Here are some other toppers. And then these are from, I believe, an Easter collection, and they have a slight speckle throughout. It's a completely different formula, so there's really no need to compare. So, but I do want to give you a nice close-up look of the four so you can see the difference in the shades. So the first one here, Glimpse of Light, is a bit more of a gray tone. Then the second one, Aurora, has a really pretty kind of minty green, leaning slightly towards blue, but I would definitely call it more of a green. Then Set in Stone gives, at first I thought like an olive green, but it's definitely looking a bit more tan, but it does have a green undertone to it. And then you have Shining Star, which is your greenest of the greens and the darkest of them. And it's really, really pretty. It's a nice dark, almost olivey green color. So that is what they look like, the four of them compared to each other. So now we're going to compare the creams. And this gray is screaming Shark Week to me. It is currently Shark Week. I am obsessed. I am wearing a Shark Week shirt right now. I don't know if you can really see it, but it says Shark Week. And Madam Glam must have known I needed a new shark gray, because this gray is like shark gray or elephant gray. It's just like a perfect, beautiful gray. So in the camera, I'm looking at it in real life versus the camera. In the camera, it's coming off a little purpley, but it's really not in real life. It's such a pretty gray. So I'm going to do that one first. I got all of my swatches out, and it's been a while since I have grabbed this swatch wheel right here that has some whites, and they desperately need to be re-swatched. This is like perfect white, and it looks so yellow because it's been on there for probably 6 years, if not longer. So I definitely need to re-swatch a couple of those. So let's look at the grays here. I'm so excited to add a new gray. So gray is called Visionary. It's very pretty. Cashmere gray has been a long-time favorite of mine because it's such a soft, beautiful gray. So we'll definitely compare it to that. So cashmere is definitely lighter, but they're very similar. But Visionary is it's a tad bit darker. And then you have Gray Skies, which definitely has a blue tint to it. After that, you have Tin Man. Tin Man does have a slight sparkle to it. Let me get my light closer here that you can see. Very, very faint. And it's definitely not the same kind of gray. I'm going to move those two out of the way because it looks like it's going to be somewhere in this family here. So this one here is called Gray Area. That's probably one of the newer grays that they've had. And it's such a beautiful, perfect, like elephant gray. So this one is definitely a bit lighter. So I think it fits in between these two really well. So if you were going to like mix these two together, you would probably get this gray right here. So a little bit darker than Cashmere gray, just a little, and a little bit lighter than Gray Area. So it's such a pretty gray. I really, really, really like it a lot. I'm gonna call it Shark Gray because it's Shark Week. Then you have Sophisticated Gray, one of the darker grays in the Madam Glam collection for like a true kind of gray tone. And then you have Painting Dreams, which is a gray, but it does pull slightly green. Then you've got, I'm not sure why this is on here, Fortune Glam, but it's definitely a blue. I don't know why it's on my gray wheel. It looks kind of grayish, but I think it needs to be moved to the blue wheel. Then you have Reset, which you're getting into your much deeper grays now. Then they start leaning a little bit purpley and then a little bit almost black. So that is Reset, very pretty dark gray. Then you have Upper East Side. This has been a staple favorite of mine and my clients for years. I love it so much. I honestly don't know if it's still on the website or not, but it's so pretty. That's called Upper East Side. And then you've got She's All That, Soulmate, and then Black. So they're so dark, they almost look black or midnight blue, but they're not. So that is it for the grays. Okay, next we're gonna do 8 of Blue, which is such a pretty blue. These are all very like soft, dusty, muddy toned kind of colors. Very beautiful. Perfect to get into your fall back to school kind of vibe. So here is Fortune Glam. This is on my gray wheel and I just wanted to compare it to it. I'm gonna move this to my blue wheel. I have no idea why it's here, but here it is. So not quite the same as Fortune Glam. So let me grab my actual blue wheel and we'll see if we can find anything comparable. It's definitely a lighter gray toned blue. So first up we have Guardian Angel. Nope. Pure Cloud. Here is Russian Blue, one of my favorites. Kind of a grayish tone blue, but lighter than 8 of Blue, much lighter. Then we're getting into the brighter, much brighter blues. See if I have anything down the line a little further. This is Lucky Number 9 from last month's collection. Gorgeous, almost a periwinkle. And none of those. Mama Bear, nope. Here is Mahalo, definitely a lot darker. Vintage Blue. Here's Maze, that's an oldie. Deep Sea Dream, and then we get into some blue sparkles. So, let me grab, just in case, this green wheel. It has some slight blue tones to it, and I just want to double check. Yeah, no, nothing on there. So I also have my pastel wheel, which I'm not sure if there's anything like super gray tone blue on here, but I do want to check. So here is Raindrop, so much lighter. Blueberry Cream, Sweetness. Wow, we have a unique one, you guys. I don't see anything like it. So pretty. It reminds me when I very first look at it of Vintage Blue, but as you've seen, it was not the same as Vintage Blue. So we have a beautiful 8 of Blue, unique, gorgeous blue color for the upcoming fall season. Okay, let's do the green, New Quest. This is kind of like a minty green, and I can just imagine this matte. It would be so chalky and beautiful. Ooh. Okay, let's grab, I'm gonna do the pastel wheel first, just to double check since it is so light, and see if we have anything close to it. There's the speckly ones, we get those out of the way. Nope. And this is Candyland, much lighter than Candyland. This is Primavera, definitely not the same shade. It does feel like it fits into this like nice soft pastel kind of collection though. Ooh, here is Goddess of Spring. So that is definitely lighter than New Quest, but very, very, very close in shade. But we are like definitely a lot darker here. Okay, so Goddess of Spring is probably the closest so far. I'm definitely going to check my green wheel, make sure we don't have anything on there. And I'll check my blue one as well because it's got some like turquoisey colors on it. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Here is Cloudless, much darker. That was a quick run through. There's nothing on there. Okay, and just to make sure we don't have anything close on here, we already checked this one, didn't we? Pure Cloud. Yeah. Pure Cloud looks to be a bit more blue for sure. Not quite the same. All right, so we have another unique one. I'm so stoked about this collection, you guys. They're very unique and beautiful. So new quest. All right, last but not least, save the best for last, the purple. I love purples, as you guys know. Divine Self. Oh, this is really pretty. It's got that muddy, dusty, fall purple goodness that we all love. Okay. I do see this being a very popular color. If you guys have not become a VIP member of Madam Glam and you're a Madam Glam addict like me, I would highly recommend doing so. It's going to save you a ton, and you're going to get like first dibs on the new collections before they sell out, because this one is probably going to sell pretty fast. It looks so gray next to these purples. But it's definitely a purple. I am not finding anything. I'm going to check the pastel wheel again, just to be sure. Run through here. Nope. Wow. Oh my gosh, another unique one. Are you kidding me? I do have one more wheel. It's got some mauves on it. I just want to make sure. So I'm going to grab it. This little guy right here has some gorgeous colors on it, some pinky mauvey tones, but sometimes they get a little purple. So let's check. Here we go. Cat's Pajamas. Do we remember that collection? So good. So very similar to Cat's Pajamas, only it's darker. So Cat's Pajamas, it almost pulls more gray, but it is like a purpley. So very close to that one, but definitely not a dupe. It is much darker. And here is Astrological Goddess from a recent collection, maybe February's, I'm not really sure. Much lighter than that one. Yeah, so Cat's Pajamas is the closest to this, but not a dupe, so I consider that another unique one. Let me just grab really quick my pink wheel just to cover all my bases. Make sure I don't have any purple ones hiding out in there, because you never know, because I had that blue one on the gray wheel. I don't know how these things get to where they are. And like here, these are pink, but they're purple toned, but they're definitely not close to that one. So I just wanted to run through and check real quick. This one's really pretty. It's called Love Energy. It's got a slight purple tone to it, but I would definitely consider it a pink. Definitely not comparable. All right, guys, I think that is it. This collection is stunning. So much fun. If you like these speckly kind of things, I can see like certain kind of nail art in my head using these, not necessarily as a full cover nail, but just with like some gold accents. If you guys don't have the Madam Glam gel paints, the gold gel paint is worth getting. So is the silver. If those are the only two you get, the gold one in particular is going to go stunning with this collection. And these, you could do some really cool like swirls and like patches and outlines and just all kinds of stuff. So yeah, go check those out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Madam Glam, for sending me this gorgeous collection. This was so much fun to swatch and compare. And I love that we found so many unique shades. So if you guys, like I said, aren't a member of the VIP, go check that out. All the links are in the description box below. And if you guys want to see the gorgeous nail art that I do using these collections that Madam Glam sends me, please go follow me on Instagram at Ginger Sparks. I post all my pictures there, and there are tons. So definitely go check check that out. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.